All right, so we are back with another video breakdown series of Cam Ward's biggest games of the year. This one comes against Virginia Tech. This game ended in a crazy fashion, but there's a lot of good and a lot of bad. So let's go ahead and break down how Cam Ward performed in this game and how he projects as an NFL quarterback. So this first play right here is not what you want to see as an NFL quarterback, and you see a lot of hero ball talk with this sort of play with Cam Ward. We'll go ahead and start this play 2x2 set, 3rd and 5. So Cam Ward is trying to extend this play and get the first down. He steps up in this pocket, tries to escape it as it starts to close. But as you can tell right there, they get him down to the ground. But instead of just taking the sack and living to see another day, he tries to make a hero ball type of throw. And I still, to this day, don't even know who he was trying to throw to. And he was trying to say it's a forward pass incomplete. But this ended up being a fumble, and you'll see it on the replay. Cam Ward just has to take the sack and have to live with a punt. But instead, as he's going down, you can see he tries to throw this ball as he's laying on top of someone. The ball comes out of his hands, and instead of punting this ball and continuing to play a field position game, and now Virginia Tech has it on backed up on their own 20. Now Virginia Tech has it on Miami's 20, and that's how this game started out. Virginia Tech came right out and scored and took a 7-0 lead. This is the type of mistake that Cam Ward cannot make as an NFL quarterback. Now, on the next ensuing drive, Cam Ward is trying to make up for his mistake, and he does so. They're down 7-0. It's 1st and 10. They're just inside the red zone. Once again, a 2x2 set. This is a really good example of seeing him progress from one side of the field and then having to put a ball on a rope. So as we start this play in slow motion, we're going to see him get this snap. You can see his eyes work to the left at first, but he doesn't like it initially, works right back, stands tall within this pocket, and then delivers a strike in between a corner and a safety, puts this ball exactly where it needs to be on this post route where the two defenders are not able to make a play on it. This is a really good angle right here. Works eyes to the left, to the right. Good pocket, stand inside. Starts his throwing motion before the receiver comes open. That shows anticipation. And now the ball is placed just outside of that cornerback, but also not too far inside where the safety is able to make a play. That is a really good post touchdown throw by Cam Ward. Now on this 3rd and 1, I love the call more or less than just Cam Ward being able to make this throw because it ends up being in a bucket of ocean wide open. But Cam Ward did a really good job of selling the play action fake. And then when these type of receivers get this wide open, you see quarterbacks who will miss it by trying to rush that throw. Right there, at least Cam Ward was able to just put it exactly where the receiver needed it to be, and they took advantage of an easy touchdown. So when they get the ball back again, it's still 14-7. 3rd and goal right here. Of course, the field goal now makes it a 2-possession game, but they have an opportunity to score a touchdown and really start to extend this lead. Right here, from where we sit, it looks like cover one man. Looks like they're going to send maybe at least 5-man pressure and play man coverage with this backer on the running back. So Cam Ward thinks it's man coverage, but you always have to do post-snap recognition. Pre-snap tells you cover one man, but post-snap, what is the confirmation? They have a route concept drawn up for the 3rd receiver right here to do a wheel route where he shows a flat route, then he wheels it up the sideline, which against man coverage is a great concept right here because you're going to get rub routes by that slot receiver. But he has to confirm it's man, and it looks like it is, but instead it's actually a match cover rules, which is still man, but they're going to pass it off based off the matches of the routes, and he throws a terrible, costly interception that gives Virginia Tech all the momentum, and it's points off the board for Miami. It's the type of throw that he cannot make. Watch it right here. The 3rd receiver has the man coverage over top. They're going to try to rub him, but it's this slot nickel corner that is going to be able to just slip off and defend this wheel route because they are in match man rules. As soon as the slot receiver goes in and the 3rd receiver goes out, Virginia Tech switches off this man coverage, and Cam Ward is not able to recognize it. He predetermines that it's man coverage straight, so he is already throwing this ball, and it ends up being a terrible interception. He just simply cannot do that, and he's got to be able to read those defenses better once he gets to the NFL. So that was already 2 turnovers. Here comes the third one as they're down 27-17 and once again approaching the red zone. Now, I do not like this route concept at the top. They just have a deep corner route and a deep go route. There's really no flat that can hold this defender. So you almost have a position where this corner is able to defend 1 with 2, and that's exactly what he does here. He squats on it, and he's able to get a piece of this ball, and it ends up being another turnover. But Cam Ward's got to come off of that. If he feels like there's not enough room to be able to fit that corner route, he's got to be able to protect the ball at all costs. But he just kind of carelessly puts this ball up there, thinks that he can fit it, and it just puts the ball in harm's way. Watch the corner at the top of the screen. They have a corner route and a go route. Once again, I don't really love the combination with no flat that could pull that underneath defender, but the corner starts flipping his hips right here. He should have thrown a corner ball to the end zone, but instead he tries to fit a needle throw with the corner, and that is just not what you need to do right there. And these windows are going to be even tighter in the NFL. He's got to place that ball for the go route in the corner of the end zone where it's either him or no man's ball. He's got to be able to recognize the hips of that corner squatting, and he just doesn't do it here. Guys, if you're still watching, it means that you enjoy this video. Hit that subscribe if you've yet to subscribe. We're going to be doing more film breakdowns on Cam Ward and any other draft prospects that you guys want to watch. We do a lot of football breakdowns on this video. So right here, once again, Virginia Tech didn't score, so it didn't hurt them last time. And now they're back in the red zone, 27-17. And this is what Cam Ward is really good at. Cam Ward takes this snap. He's looking towards the right. They're running a little bit of a mesh concept right here. But as he steps up to avoid this pressure, he recognizes that it's man coverage. And when you start to see that man coverage, you're able to have some running lanes. He's able to make one defender miss, gets a good block there, and he's able to get a nice scrambling rushing touchdown. He's not the fastest quarterback you're going to see, but he's a very smart runner, and he's really good at being able to manipulate the pocket, and he does a good job there. A little bit later in the game, down 10, and it's another example of his ability to use his legs. As you can tell, looks like cover one man across the board. Pocket collapse, step up, but because it's man coverage, no one's left home for Cam Ward, and he's able to take this and get what the defense gives him. But also one thing that has not, I feel like a lot of people has not talked about is his size. He takes a little bit of a shot here, and you really don't want to take those shots, but because of his size, I do think he's going to be able to absorb those types of hits in the NFL. You just don't want to take them a lot once you get to the next level. Very next play to cap it off, you're going to see pretty good touch here by Cam Ward as he's working the boundary, the left side of the field. They go with a nice little spacing concept. There's really no safety help over top, and he puts this high just over the safety to his tight end and places this ball exactly where it needs to be. You can look at it right here. He's going to put this ball high and away over top of defender to where his big body tight end can go up and get it. And worst case scenario, it's sailed over his head, but he puts great touch on it. And that is a really good skill set to have in the NFL because you're going to need to place that ball up and away from some really good defenders in the NFL. Now, a lot of you guys have probably seen this highlight reel, and this is one of the plays right here that makes you really love Cam Ward or scares you to death about Cam Ward right here. His ability to make defenders miss is a great attribute, and his ability to constantly be looking down the field or looking for an outlet is a really good ability as well. And this play right here, super highlight reel, they're down 3. He's able to get it, pitch it out to his tight end. He avoids that tackle right there, throws that guy off like a man-child, gets this guy off of him again, but he's able to recognize his tight end and just flicks it to him. And then the tight end is able to take this for a huge scamper all the way down to the 1 yard line. And that is the type of highlight that you can see throughout the career of Cam Ward, just being able to make these type of Houdini plays and, dare I say, type of Patrick Mahomes-esque type of plays. There's a lot of times Patrick Mahomes will make a play, and it's one of those moments of no. Okay, great. Oh my gosh. But it can get you in situations. Look at the strength and ability to be able to stand up from there, get low, and get this guy off. And then with the guy draping over him, just a little shovel pitch out there to his guy. And they are down 3, and this is such a critical play, gets them all the way down to the 1-yard line. But Patrick Mahomes will also make some critical mistakes. And while I'm also saying Patrick Mahomes, one of the best quarterbacks of all time, I'm not saying Cam Ward is Patrick Mahomes. He can just do some of these types of plays, but will it get Cam Ward in trouble in the NFL? How many of these plays goes the opposite direction? Like, is this the type of play that you see at the next level and it creates positive plays, or are these the type of plays that puts himself in a bad position and he turns it over like the first clip I had on this game? So the very next play, they go with a little zipper motion right here, quick play action, and then his quick release is able to put it out there, easy touchdown grab. Miami is able to take the lead on this game, and then with an overturned call on a Hail Mary, Miami was able to win this game. Cam Ward went 24 of 38 for 343 yards, 4 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, so he accounted for 5 total touchdowns, but he had 2 interceptions and 1 fumble loss. A lot to love about Cam Ward, but there is still, when you watch these tapes, there's still a lot to be worried about. So this is the second film breakdown. We'll be breaking down more, so if you like it, hit that subscribe button. And if there's other draft prospects that you're interested, shoot me a comment, and we'll try to work it to them. Until next time, stay humble, stay kind, peace.